Y'all know what it is. This is part 2 to what if Chichi died, gave birth to her children, and Goku is the legendary Super Saiyan. So, we start off where we left off in part 1, at the end of the middle of the training. Yeah, that was the middle. I'll go over the same fight and the Berserk powers during this part, at least I'll try. So, what happens is, the first one to start, the first person to, well, they've pretty much gotten to where they can actually use the Ozaru transformation much better, like Vegeta levels of good. They'll remember everything, and the only big difference is they're just bigger and innate. Now, they got armor out of this. If you're wondering why they'd get Saiyan armor while they do this, well, would you want to turn naked every time you do anything? Every time you power up? No, I wouldn't think so. So, the one who has to get armor, they trust it with Goku first, and there's just like, oh, okay. Yeah, we need some armor. As Piccolo hit him with the clothes beam, saying, yeah, can you make my gi too, like on the floor? He's like, sure. Makes a folded version of Goku's gi with weighted clothes on the floor. And he actually made one for everyone, with an instant beam to them, and made a version of their clothes on the floor. He did this for everyone. It wasn't even that difficult for him, just took him like 2 seconds, and now the Saiyans that arrived, which were Raditz, Yindok, and what is the name? Tarble. They all said, we need new battle gear, can you make some? Which, the reason that Piccolo made it is because, yeah, new battle gear is needed too, so threw them some. Now, the biggest difference between out of all of them is that, well, Gohan chose to keep the large shoulders. I mean, yeah, that just might seem weird, but whatever, he just keeps them. He says if he needs them, they'd be useful. Also, basically just snap one off and throw it like a disc. Good point. Besides, your choice. And Goku thinks that he's going with this look because it just suits him. He just feels like it suits him. And he does wear a gi more than anything, but if he's going into a Saiyan, when he goes into the fight against Saiyans, they're all wearing battle gear. They're all wearing, like, they're all wearing these. Hold on a second, guys. Even Krillin is wearing armor, which you might think, why is Krillin wearing armor? If you all forgot from last point, they were all Saiyans. Through Dragon Balls. Now, I'm not sure which armor looks best, but yeah, all the armors, they've actually created a set on each. This is the special kind of armor that was made by Bulma. Okay, so get back to what they're doing training, and Kami suggests that Goku goes to King Kai because that'd be the best call, being that, well, King Kai can probably handle his power a lot better than they can, as, well, Popo had one more test for them. He was fighting four Saiyans. One with power level of 5,000, one with power level of 18,000, one with power level of 50,000, and one with power level of 1,000, of 180,000, 180,000. And they said, why so high? Saying, well, the Ozaru transformation does have quite a bit. It's a 10 times multiplier, isn't it? Yeah, and one of them is an 18,000 power level, so I'm only assuming that once we defeat the weaker two, the stronger two will be giant apes. Yes. And no cutting their tails off. You must defeat them in hand-to-hand. Okay. Or with blast. They're fine with this. They all go back to the whole fighting thing and just say, children to deal with Nappa. And Vegeta was dealt with by a couple of them. Goku, at this point, they all four happened at once. So, Goku was trying to take on both the 180,000 power level, and left Raditz, who was the second strongest, right in front of Tarble and Yindok, right in front of both of them, which his power level was good. I'm gonna edit everyone's power levels at this point, since they just got done from the battle. Instead of their power level being around the whole Goku being 20, his at this point is 25. Raditz is 23. Yindok and Tarble both have a power level of 22. And remember, this is thousands. I'm going by thousands, so sorry about that. If y'all misunderstood that, I'm going by the thousands. You have Krillin, Tien, and Yamcha, as well as Piccolo with a power level of 21. Roshi's power level of 21 as well. And then the final one is the kids with the power levels of, 18,000. So, instead of just, when they get into this battle, you hear the kids, you have 2v1, the more powerful one, and 1v1, the weaker one, which means that Gohan said, ask Goten if he can take the weaker one. Goten saying, not even an issue, saying, we'll take the stronger one. As Gochi said, okay, let's go, Gohan. And boom, every swing they threw was easily equivalent to Vegeta's, which they were looking like Vegeta and all that. They looked like Vegeta would. After the training, all of them took after Goten defeated the Nappa-looking one, which was Nappa, the ship just blew up and bashed into the Vegeta one. The Vegeta one basically turned as it's getting three-way defeated, right as it would die. And then you see, Goku and the others fighting as Goku, Raditz, Yindok, and Tarble would all be fighting the Vegeta one, while everyone else was fighting the Nappa one, which they said it's a really big fight, as the four pure original Saiyans were exhausted, and then you have the humans who became Saiyans. They were just like, didn't have much of a fight. I mean, we all attacked, so it wasn't much of a fight. Which really wouldn't, because like 2 of them could keep up, like 3 of them would easily shatter him, and all of them were swinging at him, so yeah. And they said, okay, I think that's everything. And you know, now you must individually fight one of them. Goku, you will start with one with 50,000. As Goku's power level was up to 30,000, you just said, okay. Every swing you took started, was easily able to keep up, and was very tired. And then it was, children, you will have to fight each one Vegeta. Okay. They said okay, as their power levels were now at 20,000. As the regulars saying, what do we have to fight? Well, each of you have to fight a Nappa as well. Oh no. as all their power levels got around 25 to 27,000. As you hear jerk as Raditz saying, not a problem at 29,000. But it would be better if we weren't, so powered off, basically. As it is very, as we have been here half the time. We'd easily be able to defeat them, yes, but there had to be more effective ways of training. It just seems very ineffective just to keep fighting all the time than eating a sensu. When I'm glad you thought that, as you will be fighting the Havoc Time Chamber this next round, after defeating yours, or losing. As you're okay, which more unmobile of the Ozaru transformation is why it was the reason that they were having to fight it with such, being half the strength. Now, blast-wise, Goku couldn't keep up, but he was letting out small punches and kicks until he had won the fight. Then his final move was Kamehameha. Last thing he did was a spin kick. And then he arrived first, the children arriving soon after him, as they didn't even have much of a challenge fighting the Vegeta one, which they probably would finish first, but Goku just wound up not seeing them as they ran up to him a little bit later. Ada Sensu meaning got up. Everyone else, they do their fights, and only Raditz wins. I mean, Geendok and Tarble kind of have a draw, as both of them would collapse at the same time. Saying, okay, so two evens and two victories, and the rest were losses, and 3 lighter-weight victories. Okay, that's what I'm trying the same thing with Havoc Time Chamber. And then feeling the 10 times gravity, which they had Kami edit it to where it would work with as many people as wanted. So they could have an entire army in there, and it wouldn't change anything. Hold on a second. Okay, dudes, I'm back. So they go in the Havoc Time Chamber and train like that for the whole time. Now, I'm sorry if the audio is bad, guys. I've been trying to fix it, just doesn't seem to work. So, they keep training, they go to Havoc Time Chamber and train again. They all walk out, as well as Popo. Though Popo didn't get any power-ups while he was in there, he did see some crazy feats of strength. As in one battle, it was where he put Goku in a 2v1 with it being 180,000 and 50,000 both fighting him, and it had to be their power level in their base forms. Now, he only had a power level of 100,000 at this time, so one of them would be nothing to fight, but the other would be very difficult. As there was no notice of this until, because they couldn't usually feel the power level of the others. They could feel small hints of ki, but never giant amounts. Never the full strength of them. But they felt a giant looming pressure over them as Goku's roar, which seemed to get everything's attention as it shattered the kind of thing they were in, as all their areas were joined. All of them had the sole purpose of defeating one of them, so instead of it just going as that, it was we all defeat this one. All going at Goku with full power, which was mainly just Nappas in their base form, which everyone had a power level around 80,000 and not much of a fight, but yeah. So, when they all jumped at Goku, his power seemed to go berserk as he looked more like this. He was wearing his gi, so he went from looking like this to this. As he straight just started straight flew at like the full speed and shattered all of them and then walked away. And these will be different transformations. So, remember, this is just what Goku looks like when he went berserk for the first time. Now, Popo instantly got the new warriors out of there, but he knew he couldn't hold down Goku, and when Goku got out of there, he'd be a berserker, so he'd be berserking everywhere, and his power level spiked from 100,000 to 7 million. And not really spiked that high, just more like it had the whole 50 times multiplier, but it kept like increasing every second. So when he just straight up had to deal with it increasing every 2 seconds without it ever stopping. They were just like, oh no, 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 no. Popo said, what do I do? What do I do? I know. Popo just said, okay, I'm going to put in. Oh no. Well, I can make up a power level. What should it be? As they yelled, Frieza has a power. As you hear Ryder saying, Frieza has a power level of 500,000. There are 7 of them now. Yeah, okay. Which, it has the ability to transform, and it does. Why is it transforming into its full power at 200 million? It's like, oh, we messed up. Turns out he can transform, and power level is 200 million. Now, Goku's power level of 7 million is fighting all of them. Oh no. He can't take them alone. Not even one of them. As Goku started raging. And that's when the super part comes out. The super, regular, and all that. So, all of the versions of Broly. I think Blitz 4 once and kicks. Which, his power level started to seem unstoppable as it just keeps increasing. Even to 500,000, even to 500 million. Now, that's enough to shatter one each time. And no one can keep up with that much power. So he should just one-shotting them all. And then, he powers down. As Popo basically, Beandok and Gochi both said, send us there, we can calm him down. Whenever that happens, they both grab on to Goku and tell him to calm down. And he goes from being this to this. He went back down to base form. Now, he's a lot angrier than usual. Okay, so I'm back. So, yeah. They noticed that Goku, once Goku's calmed, his power level is arresting 3 million. Them being impressed, as Goku said, I don't think I don't know how to completely master that, but it's powerful. As he also said, he found a way to use the Ozaru transformation without becoming big and AP. And I said, what do you mean? As he just became more bulked out, and they thought he was going to go legendary again, but instead he just got bulked out. And he said this, it's called, I call it, I forgot what the actual canon name was, but he says, I call it the, I forgot the name, so whatever the canon name is, that's it, but he ended up saying it, I just forgot it. So at one point he straight up just says, as he just powers down, saying, it's a lot easier to control, but it's still difficult. Okay. Saying, well, we have a little under 6 months till the Saiyans get here. I have an idea for your training. Okay, where? King Kai's world. Okay. Kami says that's a god standing higher than me. Respect him, Goku. Goku saying, "Yes, sir." And he straight up just walks, as he straight up said, how do I do it? As saying, all of you can go to King Kai's world if you wish. They all do, saying they're probably the only ones who can keep up with Goku to stop him. They all just kind of like warp there and just warp, and they warp down to King Yama's area where the Snake Way is, and just say that you may go, but be careful. Not many men have ever made it there, and if you fall into hell, it is you who will stay there. Okay. As they all straight up just ran, and they can all fly, but they chose to run. It took them about 2 seconds. It took them about, like, 2 days to run there all completely, which, that's, like, at most with stops, because the kids get tired or something. They said, okay. Now, we've made King Kai, so this version completely at the end of Snake Way. Saying, King Kai, we're looking for King Kai. King Kai walks out saying, who are you? You made it past Snake Way, okay. I will teach you Kaioken and Spirit Bomb. Only those with pure hearts can wield Spirit Bomb. Now, all of them basically have a pure heart by this time, so they all say, okay. Which, you might think, would the Legend of the Gravity even affect them? No. No, it wouldn't. They're doing the Goku training where he's got, like, a lot of weights on him. Like, on his arms and legs, and when he had turned Super Saiyan and started just kicking around with him. When the other Kai had gone there, well, he's doing that kind of training, but instead, it's a lot lighter weight because he's not that strong yet. Now, everyone's goal is to reach Goku. No, to surpass Goku. Which they actually wind up doing. Sparring with such a good intent that on the extra gravity, and using Kaioken, and repetitive Zenkais, a ton of Zenkais, they're able to, like, they were able to be, like, equivalent power levels to Goku. He goes berserk and none of them are keeping up, though. Now, you may think that there's no one who could take this. Wrong, as the others unlocked Super Saiyan. It wasn't legendary, but it was regular Super Saiyan. Blonde hair and all that. Even the kids unlocked it with a little bit of strain. Now, the only one who can really keep up with Goku, I'd say, would probably be Raditz. Gohan, because of his immense, like, potential, but that's about it. Now, there's no chance that anyone in this universe could keep up with, I don't know, any of the Z Warriors, honestly. No one can keep up with any of them, except for, like, yeah, the regular one, except for, like the full gods and all that, which, that's probably the only thing. No, no one can really keep up with now, Goku, they all train 1v1 fighting. Now, at the end of their training, they said you have 2 months left. Are you sure you want to go back? You get stronger. Each of them having a power level around, or already having a power level around 5 million, saying, no, we're good. Each of their power levels are 5 million. And that is without powering up. Well, technically they're full power out, but without using any multipliers, which their max multiplier is 100, which they can use 100. But they don't even need it since they have Super Saiyan. And they said, okay, let's go. They all make it back to planet Earth and say, we're home. And then an unexpected thing happens. After only a month, the Saiyans arrive. They were trying to get the jump on them by saying a year, so they weren't expecting 11 months. Now, this version, they were resting for the last month. Just regular, they were just light sparring, but that was just he was the real strongest one. Goku came out on top barely above Raditz. Now, you have Nappa arriving and Vegeta thinking they're tough and unstoppable. They literally last they literally get the chance to blow up a singular city, and then Goku's just like full speed, and they all just straight blitz forward, making it there and saying, "Okay, so you came here why? To finish you off, Kakarot," as Goku says. "Please, the children could destroy you." "Oh, really?" I see through a beam at the children just straight up flicked it away. Literally just flicked his attack away, saying, as Goku said, "But now you're gonna have to fight me. Go Ozaru if you want, I really don't care." I said, "I'll even give you an artificial moon," as he threw one up, saying, "Go ahead." I said, "Fool!" Goku saying, "No. You are." Ezreal just blitzed forward, one punch, two punch, knocks both of them to the ground, completely battered and beaten, looking like they just got hit by trucks. Like regular humans getting hit by trucks at full speed. That's what it looks like. As you hear, "How are you this strong?" As Tarble and Raditz walk up saying, "Oh, trust us. We're that strong too," saying, "Bull." As they said, as they straight just got into space, tried blowing up the planet by throwing multiple ki blasts. Goku straight just threw a Kamehameha, almost destroying both of the ships. Instead, he just straight was just like, nope. Wasn't able to destroy both ships, but was easily able to mess them up. That's the only thing. Sorry guys, I'm pretty tired. So, they finished their kind of like fight with the Saiyans, and you hear something about and they spoke about as Vegeta thought that the Namekian wish rolls were the only way they were that strong, but Goku said nope. They all trained. They didn't even need the Dragon Balls, which basically this confirmed that they were real. So, saying, "Okay, we'll pay Namek a visit next." Which Frieza was there in this version. Nappa went from a power level of 5,000 after getting hit with such crazy power to a power level around, I'd say around 18,000. Vegeta went from power level of 18,000 to around 30,000. And they both can sense ki now. As you have Goku saying, "Okay, they're gonna head there, so we just need the coordinates and all that." Okay. As King Kai usually would say, "There is someone you should never fight. His name is Frieza." In this version, it's just like, Goku, beat Frieza. That's what he said, and just walked away. Now, Goku still has the whole transformation, whole power up, and all that. And that was him starting small. When his full power is unleashed, no one can keep up. Since he's got the added power of Kale, Broly, and Super Broly. When these three power levels all combine, you have an unstoppable monster. Which, Goku can sense power levels quite easily. He can sense them from across the multiverse. As he goes instant transmissions. As he instant transmissions to the world where, not really instant transmissions, more like just sped with full power and ran there. And I'm gonna save this for a little bit. So they have the whole Namek thing happening where Goku winds up. They all get there at the same time in this version. 6 days is all it took, but that was really all they needed. As they arrive at the same time as Bulma would have been canon. So, yeah. When they feel this the usual giant energy, in this version, Gosha just stands there saying, "Frieza," saying, "Who are you?" You can just say I'm a Saiyan. That's unstoppable. Oh, Saiyan. Really pitiful monkey.
And Goku just says, "Oh, I know monkey. I'm an ape."
As he swung one fist and sent Frieza flying, doing crazy damage. As Frieza said, "Nope."
And started throwing Death Beat, powered to his full power, and kind of like jumped to the ship and like healed real quick. It only took him a couple seconds. And they were just like, Death Beam, Death Beam, Death Beam, Death Beam. You know, the Universe were already there. They were just waiting there. So you have Goku saying, I got the Ginyu Force and Frieza. Y'all take down the weaklings. Isn't that everyone here? Yes, but I'll take these 6. Okay.
As Goku just starts swinging, and the dude who can stop time, Goku just straight up waits for him, as he straight up can launch attacks at Goku every time, and it just does nothing. Goku goes Legendary Super Saiyan. Him holding his breath gets hit by a roar of power that was instantly blasting through him. All the other, one, two, three, four. The other 4 all swung at Goku at once. Goku just like, eh. One swing knocks them all out, completely dead and bloodied. Because he's not as kind as he said, now Frieza, your turn. Frieza goes to his max power as Goku's Legendary Super Saiyan walks up saying, the thing you feared the most, the legend! As Vegeta straight up landed before this, it was just like, oh crap, as you hear, okay, come on, as they defeated Frieza, as they were seen as the saviors of the world. They used the Namekian Dragon Balls and they used one wish from the Namekian Dragon Balls to gather all of the Earth Dragon Balls onto the lookout, and had either Kami or Popo wish to bring back all the Namekians that died on all the Namekians that died on Namek from Frieza. So at the end of that, they were completely done. Now we have a little bit of time left, so I'm gonna finish this. They made Goku had said, I wish that all the Saiyans in the universe would be teleported to right in front of me. And you have all of the living ones teleported directly in front of him. Even the ones that were already there, they were just like warped right in front of him. As you have 2 versions of Broly, which they basically just look a little bit different. That's the only big difference. They're just a little bit different with similar powers. And Turles, it looks like an evil version of Goku, but yeah. All of them appear in front of Goku. It's just like, where are we? What? And Goku says, calm down, calm down. This is called Namek. We're going back to Earth. It is a planet of sanctuary, and I'm trying to gather all the remaining Saiyans. I have defeated Frieza. His army's still around, but they have no leader. If need be, I can put their army up in an instant, though. As you hear, you really think you could have just killed my son? And he goes away with it as King Cold arrived in his full power form, saying, I may have hated him, my brother was still my brother. As Cooler arrived, it's just like, oh, really? You're the strongest. As you just have hundreds of warriors all around, all going at Goku. Goku? Just doing swing, swing, swing. Able to defeat one after another. It's like a meat grinder to people. Every swing taken can shatter a skull. Every swing taken can shatter a skull. Basically, that's how it goes. And then, at the final one being King Cold and Cooler, they both attack at once with a death beam that was going to destroy the planet. Goku caught both of these and threw them all up. All directly back at the Frieza race, the Frieza races. And then you have two giant balls of ki in Goku's hands as he just blasts both of them out of existence.
And here, I'm out. The girls walked away. Now, let us go. As they went to their... As they went all to Earth, which was the final wish. We wish for all of us and all of our stuff to go back to Earth. They'll get whooped to Earth.
Now, Trunks from the future still happens, only this person, there's three other survivors. You have Gohan, Goten, and Gochi all survived. They wound up not dying against the androids because they were strong enough to keep up, and they all have Super Saiyan. Even Trunks kind of has he didn't have Super Saiyan when they attacked, but he was able to lend enough of a helping hand with the solar flare as they all escaped. Which, once this is done,
They're done with the whole...
androids, they aren't strong enough. They could go in a 4v2 and it still wouldn't be enough. Gohan wound up being the leader eventually, so he actually leads like Goku did with a lot of strength and little mercy. And they all have legendary Super Saiyan, so they're pretty difficult to beat, but the androids still have more energy, as their powers may all increase, but...
difficult. Well, Trunks has regular old Super Saiyan. As he said, now we have to work on mastering Super Saiyan. He still went to the other planets and learned different techniques. One was the instant transmission. He learned that real quick. All of the techniques, he learned that basically in 2 minutes and went to Earth. So, he said to all the living Saiyans, okay. As he said, this is Prince Vegeta. Sorry about that, guys. I heard there's something about challenging the prince, you can become the rightful heir. Vegeta said, yes, that is true. Right before Broly gets the chance, right before Perry gets Broly to do it, here, I challenge you, Vegeta. As Goku said the same, okay. Instead of popping his neck, he just blast forward. Both of them do. And you see him swing and just knocked out Vegeta, almost close to death. Gave him a sense of being saying, now I am the king of Saiyans.
And you hear...
Okay. So that was all that happened. Goku became the king of Saiyans. The future Trunks happens. He tells them about the android that will be there in 3 years. They all start training. This version was full Saiyan powered. So, that was part 2.